Okay. Alright, let's do some GTA for a little bit, I guess. I actually have not done a session in some time. Mainly because I've been told that doing sessions like this won't really help the algorithm. But I feel like I'm at least owed some explanation, two of which will be going on a little bit later, but first of all, I am going to finally start uploading again. I've actually been trying to work on longer form videos, mainly one being about the Twisted Metal Season 2 show that came out, and one on Akiba Strip, the animation. So I'm probably going to get more footage for Akiba Strip, the sequel probably, since I can actually enjoy that one more, but we'll have to see depending on how the editing goes. I usually do the voice editing and then get the footage, but thankfully I have just enough gameplay footage to finish up Twisted Metal Season 2. I just need to proofread the editor note shit and make sure that the transitions and shit are proper and all that. There's probably other videos I need to reacquire or find in my massive storage devices or whatever. But I know that the Twisted Metal Season 2 thing is pretty much finalized. I posted on Discord, but basically it's going to be about 50 minutes. Hopefully it'll gain traction, if not, it's whatever, but I'm definitely not going to be doing a lot of long-term projects after these two because it just takes way too long. And I don't think they want to give me a rant for about damn near hour about something that people just say nothing about, or whatever. But maybe if Season 2 is successful, I'll probably release my thoughts on Season 1. I even got extra footage of Twisted Metal 3 I can use. So there's that. Had to re-import them into Sony Vegas, but it's nothing I couldn't handle. I'm gonna have to get like a specific USB reader though, or probably order another one that I remember getting online. I remember that it was used for the original Xbox, but it's not even hooked up. It also took a while to start because, first of all, I was actually editing, and number two, I was trying to get through the Cayo Preps. I actually chose to do it solo, unfortunately, because I got bearer bonds, and it's actually, there was actually one painting in there, and I wanted to try and get the Park Ranger outfit, since it's actually on sale, and I wanted to actually get that shit, so I'll probably buy it if I can. I might do another Cayo sim because the one I got is kind of shit. I don't know, there's, I don't think there's at least 3 golds, so I might do it. But I do know that I don't know how long I'll actually be doing this for. I actually got a pretty important errand to run in the morning, and that's if it's even a thing. I'm not going to really get into specifics, but regardless, I'm not going to be doing this for too long. I'm just going to try to get through this. Mainly just talk about some things, I guess, because it's easier to, I guess. So it'll probably be public unless it's some bullshit, but I definitely do want to try and get some things out there while I play this, I guess. Just gonna note that I am playing an invite-only session. If that still bothers people for some reason, well, you can just go fuck yourself and go back to your hug boxes that is online games and be pissed off at people who play the game by your fucking shitty Nuzlocke. It's fucking dumb. I'm not exactly thrilled to play with shitty teammates either, but there is a thing called simply not playing the game if it pisses you off that much. It's the reason why I stopped playing Black Ops 1. I wasn't having fun with it, and even the in-game challenges to get perks, it's just not worth it. Also not going to try to pull a Wings of Redemption. Even just having one other person to probably play with would probably be a lot better than doing it by myself. At least original Modern Warfare 2 paid off, but I don't think it really is going to pay off for Black Ops 1. But we'll see. But regardless, I just didn't enjoy playing that shit, so I stopped. Also tired of Battle Royale slop anyway, that's another thing. But I'm going to get to that later. But anyway, I should have the video up soon, hopefully by the week. I know that the other video will probably take a little longer because I need to get through more of it or whatever. But I did basically lock on, as they say, and get through the Twisted Metal Season 2 video. So, expect that soon. But I should mention, by the way, I'm gonna derail for a bit. I really love how Rockstar actually legitimately drip-fed in the most annoying way possible with these outfits that apparently you could not get originally, but now because they want to lock it to a weekly challenge, which isn't really that hard, it's just a problem of the Agents of Sabotage update, or whenever they started introducing cops, has been in the game for how long, and they're not even worth doing. Now they finally add the thing that people have been wanting for a long-ass time, and they were just outfits that you could get with glitches or whatever. It's just so fucking stupid. It's just like, what the fuck? It's just, Rockstar is just really something sometimes. I don't really get them, to be honest. Like, they could do some really cool things. Or at least it used to do cool things. I don't consider GTA 6 to be a cool thing. I also haven't really been playing much of Red Dead Online, let alone Red Dead Redemption 2, because first of all, I found a 100% save I'll probably be using if I can even play the game again. Which I probably might, but mainly number 2, I haven't really had an opportunity to play with friends, or any of the sort. And even just wasting all that time for that item on the PS4 version of the game, I think that's the version I got it, the Wilderness outfit, it just kind of really made me pissed that an item that was on sale, a pretty good discount even at that, and yet it just turned out to be a fucking waste, so I kind of got pissed off about it, if I'm going to be honest. So I just said, fuck it. I'm also not a fan of being griefed in a game session, honestly, which is main priority number 1, but even just the gameplay loop, I just got tired of it after a while. I don't know, it definitely was not my forte. I don't know, I just hated it. But I did persevere because, you know, people say I gotta stop playing these single player games, I gotta play online games. Well, I technically did with Red Dead Online. It's like the one game I could probably stomach. And even then, if I just get grieved and just do something else, it's not worth it. The only reason I say that is because Rockstar Games is like the one game where griefing just causes more problems than anything. Like, even invasions in Dark Souls don't really ruin your... Not even ruin, they don't even waste your time that much. Oh no, you lose souls. Like, you haven't been already losing souls to the bosses or whatever. Even with how Dark Souls plays or whatever, at least you'll learn something from the play or whatever. You can spice up the gameplay even in the original game, where there weren't items added in Dark Souls 2 where you can like have the enemies attack invaders or whatever. So even in the later games where they try to amplify the multiplayer or whatever. And there was a reason to do invasions if you really felt like it. And even the PvP, when it actually worked, was pretty good. And also, unlike Red Dead Online, you can actually, have a thing where you can just not bother with fucking people ever. Sure, there was a risk of being invaded if you were doing online. I totally get that, but Mindjack actually had a much better solution for this, and people consider that bullshit. When Mindjack is already bullshit, but I'll defend that bullshit for that moment of time, but whatever. At least this mission wasn't too bad, aside from me crashing. I guess it's expected. I also find it funny that somehow accumulated at least damn near $6 million on the PS4 version of the game, and yet I barely touched that version, especially with the Xbox One version. I've been mainly playing this version, and yet I still got Ugats, as Howard from DSP's friend Arc would say. I'll probably get the Dragon Maid once I finish the last prep mission. I really want to try and stay focused for the time being. And plus I feel like... Fuck. Damn it. Whatever. I wanted to claim the vehicle back, but I went to the wrong menu.
MMI,
oh well, $5,000 down the
unexpected. Okay.
Also, for a reason, the hat is like ridiculously oversized. I actually don't get it. Like, it looks like it could fit a much bigger person's head. Oh well. Alright, last item, I guess. I could probably do the heist, I guess, but I don't know how much time I'd have to wait. I really don't want to have to wait too long because, I want to make sure I get my 8 hours or whatever. So I could probably check my phone's timer. Probably do Retro Arch or whatever, or some other game. Maybe go through Monaco, I guess. I really want to start going for that at least. Like, I technically did start playing it, but I at least want to try to finish it, even though I really don't like the game, but I do want to at least try to see to the end. But if I end up really hating it or whatever, I could probably actually go through the original game in some capacity. But we'll see. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention actually, there was actually a Nintendo Direct the other day, and I saw Dimitri's video on it, and the only thing that was really worthwhile is that Nintendo actually has, Virtual Boy games, but you need an accessory and the Nintendo Online subscription pack just to play Virtual Boy games. Like, are you fucking kidding me, Nintendo? Now there's an accessory you need to cost $25, and you need the accessory that is, that probably doesn't even come with the Switch, too. So yeah, a double whammy, essentially. Like, you can probably play Virtual Boy emulators, and yes, that is a thing. To those Nintendo purists who hate anything emulated, even though Nintendo is literally selling emulation. Especially with Mario Galaxy 1 and 2. I could just play the fucking Wii version or whatever, or some shit. Actually, now that I think about it, wasn't Galaxy 1 included, but yet they're doing a separate release that has Mario Galaxy 1 and 2? and yet they're gonna charge $70. Are you shitting me? Apparently they're not gonna make it time exclusive this time, which is like the absolute bare minimum that games can do these days, but yet people will just be buying the shit in shows or whatever because, you know, Nintendo, they can never do no wrong, will complain each and every fucking time that they do a cease and desist on a fucking fan game, whether it's not safe for work or otherwise. We're not gonna really get into that. Just to say that people are actually charging money for such things, but whatever. It's not gonna really get into that because, first of all, I don't want to derail this any further. Number two, it's not like people have been charged money for ROM hacks before, and apparently there's someone who did that with Super Smash Bros. Melee, and apparently the person made a cease and desist character in the game. Well, that's funny. And he would go, oh, well, Nintendo's gonna go after you because you're charging money for a ROM hack. Okay, look, you people won't pay for fucking Pokemon sex ROM hack, but get out of here. And even if you did, who fucking cares? Nintendo's a shitty company anyway. And its fandoms are even worse, but whatever. But speaking of Nintendo and Pokemon, I know that Powell got a number of updates, so I'll probably go back to that at some point. I can probably binge through that while the next anime I'm gonna more than likely be watching at this point is Seven Kagura. Yeah, going back to the not safe for work bullshit. The only Seven Kagura game that I played was SVO Versus, and I think it's a really good, strong starting point. But I know the other games are ranging from okay to why is this even a thing? Like, it's certainly not like Bomberman, where there was a whole bunch of Bomberman games, but they all kind of played the same, but at least each one added something. With my personal favorites being Bomberman Tournament and the Bomberman Jetters adaptation, where it plays like Neotopia, another Sunsoft game that... I think it's Sunsoft. No. Hudson Soft, sorry. Why did I say Sunsoft? I was probably thinking of the Blossom SFX. It essentially plays like normie Zelda, but it's more in line with what Hudson Soft made way back then. And I know it was a game on the Virtual Console, so with emulation, oh no, I can actually hopefully play it one day. But I know that the next major anime adaptations I'm going to try to sit through is Seven Kagura. So I'll probably have to start playing the other Seven Kagura games, at least the ones that are worth playing, and see if they're actually pretty good. I know there's like a third-person water sports game that has nothing to do with pissing, actually, but the concept of playing as the various female ninjas while using water guns to shoot each other. It's like a really weird third-person game that will probably give Gears of War a lot of money, I guess, or something. I think there's also another one, it's like a wave racing game, but any racing game that doesn't have local multiplayer is a fucking sin. A cardinal sin, actually. And even any racing game that doesn't have 4-player multiplayer, but at least 2-player is kind of a sin, but I wouldn't say it's a cardinal sin, but it's still pretty bad. But whatever, it's, I'll definitely have to give those a shot, but I know definitely I'm going to be playing Power World while probably binging for that at the very least, if I don't figure out how to get that to work. But speaking of games, I know Hollow Knight Silk Song has came out. I don't really care to talk about it. It's just going to be like what Shakedown Hawaii was, a game that's more or less the same, which is not the problem, but the problem is that all the weight and hype has just died out, and then it's just going to be not as good as it came out to be. I can kind of start to see why people saying that if Half-Life 3 were to come out, that it would basically be impossible for the hype to live up. I mean, even Half-Life Alyx, which wasn't even really a sequel to Half-Life 2, but more of a prequel to it, even that wasn't really as good or lived up to the hype compared to Half-Life 2. Now, is it like the one VR game that's probably worth buying? Sure, but these fucking long-ass anticipated game releases and just end up being okay is like considered on the same level as when IGN gave Doom 2016 a 7 out of 10. It's fucking retarded. Oh no, it's just bullshit. hate it. But I have no interest in Hollow Knight Silksong. Maybe I'll play through the original, maybe hopefully before the end of the year, just to say, oh, I played Hollow Knight, I guess, even though I really have no interest in it, but I'll have to, like, sit through something what I can tolerate, I guess, so probably watch a Let's Play or something while I play through it, and not a Let's Play of Hollow Knight, that would be fucking retarded. Well, like an actual good Let's Play, like when some call me Johnny played through, Castlevania Symphony of the Night, or Cyberverse in specific, so that should be interesting. And since I already have a save file of the game on the Saturn with post-game content locked, I don't really feel too bad about that. I still think it's the best version, by the way, even with the graphic discrepancies, but it has content, so that's all I care about. And it's actually worthwhile, too, especially with Maria, the extra outfit for, not Simon, but Richter. And of course, having those two areas, if they're not really as good, but it's still something. And that something is sometimes all that matters. There we go. Very weird, but whatever.
Hey, you know I like your club. We're gonna have a good party. Yo, what's up?
I guess I my spawn point to the Fort Sankudo, excuse me. Oh yes, the big old Kanjali. Big ass piece of shit. Got to send that fucker in storage because, well, I don't need it right now. Go. But yeah, I'm gonna basically try to like do money making methods, excuse me, while I talk about all this shit. So I'll go ahead and do the next mission. So I'll go ahead and talk about Dragon Maid S, which is the season 2 of Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid, which I know a lot of people really like, but depending on what version you're watching, it's either going to be a really cute, wholesome anime, or it's going to be another example of how Funimation are evil bastards for essentially butchering the Japanese language. It's honestly fucking tiring. I'm sure the criticisms are completely valid, but it's like, they're not fucking for kids, and unless the actors themselves have done some heinous shit at that time, it's just tiring at this point. Like, you could vouch for people like Hideo Kojima to say that only his version of the game is valid because that bastard Jeremy Blaustein, however you say his name, ruined a generation of people and shit. It's just fucking retarded. Also, going by that logic, only Capcom, Square Enix, or whatever fucking company that's from Japan, or even Namco, only their versions are absolute because anything that's localized by them is just fucking garbage and I hate it. But besides that completely pointless negative tangent, which, yeah, I guess it was kind of bullshit, I actually kind of liked Dragon Maid. I also liked the second season a bit. I don't know which one would be better, but personally, there were some things in season 2 that I kind of didn't really like. Now, obviously, the biggest elephant in the room, no pun intended, is the new character that they introduced as Ilulu, which is the fucking old-body lolly chick, which, if you don't know what that is, it's basically a lolly with big breasts. That's all it is. No no big fucking deal. It's not really anything exciting, I guess. And obviously, this pissed off people because, oh my god, anime about dragons and maids is being unrealistic with body proportions. Oh fucking no. It's so fucking tiring, dude. I can't stand people who fucking complain about one aspect of the fucking show and write off the entire thing as a piece of shit. Whatever. But one thing I will say though about Lulu is that despite her introduction, which was fairly interesting, I definitely will say that her character just kind of takes a backseat after her initial introduction, because it's essentially set up that she wants to go after Toru, and then I think in the next episode there's another dude that essentially wants to go after other dragons, essentially being a dragon slayer, which I thought would be really interesting, but he essentially kind of gets killed off, but he doesn't come back after that, which is kind of dumb. It's like, you have an established character that wants to try and be good and live with the humans, and then you have another dude from the same world as Toru and others that wants to be a dragon slayer, but yet they don't really do anything with him, which is kind of fucking stupid. And then the rest of the show is just more or less the same wholesomeness that you expect. I think in the episode where there are definitely some lines from the English sub, and yes, I watch the English sub again. I really don't want to fucking hear people saying that I'm an asshole because I watch the English sub version of anime that may or may not be good. Like, just fucking watch whatever and just fucking be happy. You take that advice all the fucking time, just fucking do it, alright? I don't fucking care. To get the point across, I wasn't insulted. It was actually more meaningful to watch than twist out there. I mean, there were some things that kind of annoyed me about it, but I wouldn't say it was a fucking draining of an experience. I liked it. Could be better in some spots, but I didn't overall fucking hate it. And that's kind of something even from me, but whatever. I don't want to fucking toot my own horn too much or anything. That would be pretty bad. But yeah, Lulu ends up working at the store. There was a line from the English sub I found really funny. Was that sleeping is not a fucking lifestyle choice. I just thought it was funny. There are a lot of pretty funny lines in the anime, I'm not gonna lie. Some just kind of hit harder than others, or whatever people say it. So there were definitely some funny lines at the very least. Some may not be intentional, but who knows. But I liked it. It's But yeah, she ends up working at this candy store, and there's this, I guess it's the grandmother's grandson that also works alongside Lulu, and I thought that this was going to turn into another whole bit with Hana and her classmate, whose name I forget because she's just so damn forgettable, and yet they kind of do the same thing with her in season 2, and it's just like, really? They don't really do anything with them, even in the one episode that essentially is just the two of them. And yet there's barely any fucking character development from her, and it's just fucking dumb. Like, legitimately, the only character personality of this fucking character is that she's just swooned over Kana, and that's literally her entire character. It's fucking annoying. Like, that's the thing I find extremely ironic, and this could be like extremely biased. Like, a lot of the criticism from Dragon Maid comes from just the fact that you essentially have elementary schoolers being rude or whatever, which I can get, but while Kana herself could be an interesting character if explored properly, apparently there's a movie about her that came out recently. Yes, I read the plot synopsis, I'm not going to really get into it, but it kind of seems like a repeat of another problem I have with the fucking show, which I'll get to a little bit. Like, her fucking classmate is not a character. Like, I guess there's some lines over there kind of interesting, but she's not a fucking character. The only thing about her is that she just gets all giddy whenever anything that can be seen as remotely sexual just pleases her. It's not a fucking character. Like, I don't get it. Like, even Lukoa and Shota are more fucking character developed. Like, I think there's even an episode or two where they actually try to take their dynamics seriously, but yet I don't get that with fucking Kana and fucking whatever her name is. I already forget. She's not a character. She's nothing of interest. literally a fan service character, and ironically the most complained character, but yet even Lukoa and Shota have more character dynamics than Kana and the other chick. Even Lulu and the grandson at least have some development, but they only really have any presence in like 3 episodes out of 13. Okay, technically 12. The 13th episode is the OVA, which I guess was okay. I don't want to jump a little bit too ahead, but they basically tried to repeat a bit from season 1 that a lot of people didn't really like, but thankfully it didn't last that long. But it was kind of interesting. But it also is focused on another character that was introduced prior, which I guess I'll talk about that episode. Now, normally there are things in Dragon Maid that I do find to be pretty endearing that, as I find or reference to Reddit, that, you know, under the hood there's, you know, that serious dynamic that makes you actually care about these characters. And I feel that they do a good job with the episode where they introduce Chloe, I think it's her name, which, I don't know, like, I don't know how to explain it. It's going to be kind of hard. I'm not really good at talking about shows, honestly. Like, I'm really not good at it, but whatever. Like, the episode essentially begins with Kana storming off after arguing with Kobayashi, but yet they never really explain what this is or what they argued about. It kind of doesn't make any sense to me. And then the whole point about Kana running away and not being mad because she actually has a home to go to, but yet we never understood what Kana and Kobayashi was arguing about. It's just, I don't get it. Like, what was the point of that opening bit? And apparently there was a good chunk of the episode takes place in New York, even though the OVA says she moved back to Missouri, which is either a translation error or whatever. Maybe she was visiting New York, or she moved to New York. I really don't know, but whatever. Fucking stupid. Not gonna hold it against the writers though. But like the dynamic between Kana and Chloe was kind of interesting. At least they didn't completely sexualize it in a way. Not that I give a shit, but even Chloe is more of an interesting character despite her having very little screen time, you know? It's like, what the fuck? You have a character that's Kana's classmate, and her only character trait is just being giddy whenever Kana's on screen, basically. It's disgusting. And not disgusting because, oh my god, they're looting children. Fucking Japanese cartoon. Oh no, how dare Japan do the thing they've been doing since the fucking 60s or whatever. I mean, you can't even use fucking Astro Boy as an example, but whatever. Whatever. I'm not gonna really get into that. It's just fucking retarded. Someone's gonna take that into context anyway. Like, Chloe is a more interesting character, and yet in the OVA, it's like, oh my god, you're stealing my girlfriend. I said boyfriend now. I'm not mishearing that fucking dragon lolly or whatever. But I don't know. Fucking Chloe is a much more better character for Kana than whatever her face is, and it's kind of depressing. There was another episode where Kana, the other girl, Shota, and the other dragon lady, I forget her name, but she's some sort of like Poseidon-like lady with the trident. I actually like her. She's pretty alright. She's a bit of an airhead, but she does mean well. And I think the dynamic between her and Toru is pretty good. It's essentially like that rival dynamic that you would see in a bit of an over-exaggerated way, like with Goku and Vegeta, except it actually kind of evolves and then it kind of doesn't. Which is kind of weird. But I also bring up the fact that with the episode where they introduce Chloe, it doesn't make any sense from a writer's standpoint, because there are episodes where it shows flashbacks, but yet they don't even do like a several minute ago flashback where they try to explain why Kobayashi and Kana got into an argument. I guess one of those show don't tell things. It's like, if there's a whole episode that basically explains Toru's origins, how she became to be rivals with Alma, I think her name is? Yeah, it's Alma. Here we go. it just doesn't make any sense then. Like, what plot points are they trying to decipher or taken from the manga and had to be reduced to time or something? I don't get it. I don't know, it just kind of bugs me. But even the flashback episodes I feel are kind of weird this time. Just like, they paint Toro and Alma as like these two friends that had a forbidden friendship, which is fine. But then in the fucking, I guess, two-part season finale, it basically was a two-part season finale, they essentially take the main antagonist of the first season and they just turn into a fucking info dump. Like, it's just so fucking bizarre. And the main twist is that the father of Shota is working at the company that Kobayashi is working at, which just doesn't really go anywhere. It's really weird, honestly. I didn't really get that. And there's even an episode, I think, prior that has Shota working on a Father's Day gift for him. So it's... I mean, if this were in another anime that was slightly more developed, this could probably be like a holy shit moment, but given that this was a second season of an anime based on a manga, it probably has a lot more in it compared to that, it just kind of feels like very underwhelming. And the fact that even the Emperor of Demise or something, I forget what his real name is, I had to look up on the wiki. I don't think they mentioned the name, and if they did, I forgot. But you're telling me the dude essentially despises humans, and even essentially took Toru by force, is friends with a mage in the human world. I honestly don't buy that. I think it's fucking retarded. There has got to be something from the manga that they cut, because that just doesn't really make any sense. And he just kind of shows up out of nowhere, too. And the whole episode is just basically an info dump about how he essentially explains the dragon's existences or whatever. And essentially the whole message is, ask what Toru really feels or whatever. It just feels so weird in a way. I actually realized I went to the wrong fucking thing. I don't know, it's... Like, I get they wanted to, like, have a major conflict again, but... I don't know. It was really polarizing, to be honest. It's like, oh, they got the dude back from the first season who was an asshole, and yet he wants to be turned into this info dump dude. It's like the Sephiroth from... Sephiroth, whatever. Fucking... The dude from Doom 2016. Yeah, Doom 2016. Holy shit, I can't speak. Samuel Hayden, a character with seemingly interesting backstory and motivations, and it's just turned into a fucking shitty info dump. But remember, guys, Doom Eternal is perfect, and fuck you for criticizing. Okay, man, fuck off. It's so rude. But anyway, at least it didn't feel like a forced conflict. It feels like at least the competition between Toru and Elma actually felt more organic in a way, so that was nice. It didn't feel too half-assed, thankfully. Though they could get kind of iffy with how they compete in things, but at least it felt like a natural character dynamic, so it was fine. I can imagine if there was a version of Street Fighter where Ryu and Sagat would just like be overly competitive, it'd be kind of funny, but who knows. Two former enemies on polar sides now just form a rivalry or some shit. And I'm not going to use Ryu and Ken because I think Ryu and Sagat could be much more interesting in that. Especially with the whole Scar thing and shit, but whatever. I'm not going to get much into Capcom because I'll start bitching about how Street Fighter 6 is a piece of shit. So fuck it. But I still liked it. There were plenty of moments, even though some of the characters don't get really used that much. Ilulu was definitely underused despite being essentially the poster child of the second season. Fenrir wasn't really used that much. His otaku friend wasn't really used too much, I think, which is kind of a bummer. I think there was one connection between him and Alma that was kind of nice, but that didn't really go anywhere. Maybe in the manga they like get a friendship going, but I don't know if that happened or not, because I have to like find a way to have manga dictate to me, like Amazon Alexa or something, or not Amazon Alexa, the Kindle, whatever the fuck. I'm sure there's something like that, but I haven't seen it yet, so I can't comment on that for now. But I know for a fact that I guess talk about the season finale. It was actually kind of surprising. Like, I did do some looking up about how the English stuff ruined everything, which, I don't know, unless there's like some subtle details that I really missed, I don't really think it got ruined. I think, like, I watched it and I basically interpreted it as a show about a human that's trying to do ordinary human things, ends up finding out that dragons exist, and essentially forms a strong bond with the dragon lady. It might be a little bit pushy, but they still form a very good friendship, and I know that some people might not like the show because essentially pushes a lesbian friendship going on, or Yuri as it's mainly called in Japan, but whatever. It's, some people don't like that, but at least, you know, it keeps it mostly on the anime side. It's not like how America portrays lesbian couples or whatever. It's very ridiculous, funny shit, but also has its times to be serious, which is always nice. I know some people might not even like this show because it's a fucking slice of life, which I don't really give a shit. I just want to watch something that's, like, not depressing or made intentionally to be shitty. Not like ghost stories, English stuff, but just, like, depressing and shit. Because I don't watch anime to be depressed. I watch anime to, like, escape from reality and maybe learn something from it, whatever. There was an old media post I found essentially showing how fucked the world was even back then, with essentially America calling Dragon Ball a violent TV show, which I just find funny because at least when the show, even when Dragon Ball original was, I mean, not even just Dragon Ball Z, when the original Dragon Ball was a thing, it essentially told a story that could probably speak volumes compared to what Dragon Ball Z offered to the table. But we're not going to really get into that because, number one, I don't want to turn this into let's dunk on Toriyama despite his passing, even though the dude essentially did create a very influential manga and anime series that the whole world essentially copied at some point. It's no reason to unwillingly crap on his work, even though some works after the Majin Buu arc could be kind of crapped on instead. And number two, that's not what really this is about. Like, I don't know. I know one of the OVA episodes for season 1 was Japanese only. I think I was talking about dub and subs again. Like, oh no, I was talking about the season finale. We'll get back to that. Essentially, the season finale, season 2, wants to once again embrace the whole love of Toru and Kobayashi, which apparently we don't know what Kobayashi's first name is, which is fine. I guess they want to keep it vague. And I do find it funny that the season 1 finale ended with Kobayashi visiting her parents, but that didn't really happen in season 2, which I did find a little weird, but whatever. I guess so, like, the parents of Ed, Edd and Eddy that they're heard but not seen, which is kind of fucked, or even like the parents of Cow and Chicken, where they're just literally fucking a fucking pair of legs and clothes, which is fucked. Or even like in old cartoons like Tom and Jerry, where, you know, same thing, but, you know, not as racist, but whatever. Racism did not exist back then. At least not the way that it is now, but whatever. So, essentially the season finale plays out as a wedding, I guess, and surprisingly Take isn't there, the grandson of Imulu, which is kind of disappointing. I figured that they would at least he would be invited or whatever. But no, we don't get any by Wally sexiness, unfortunately, so dunking a couple points on that. And then it essentially ends with Toru essentially forcing an engagement with Kobayashi, which she of course rejects, and it ends up on a funny chase sequence with an exclusive credits song, which I didn't watch because I don't watch the credits and that shit, because I'm one of those people. And then the OVA, like I mentioned, is essentially an episode about Chloe visiting Japan and all that fun stuff. They, like I said, they did the twist a bit again, but it wasn't as bad. or sexualized, but whatever. It was pretty good. There was one OVA episode that did not get a dub, which is the one with the Valentine's potion or whatever, which was fine. Is there anything else I can bring up? Oh yes, the dub versus sub sort of thing. I don't know why people got the fucking panties in a knot over some lines that were changed. Like, I guess there was one episode in season 1 where, like, I don't know what line it is. I would have to look up on my phone. But essentially, there was a line that was changed, and it went to, like, a political climate, I guess. Okay, I'll admit the first couple episodes were kind of raunchy if we're going to go with that political SJW route. Because I know when Kana gets introduced, essentially Toru accuses Kobayashi of being a cheater and calls her a cuck. Which I'll definitely admit is probably the most what the fuck dub moment of the show. But definitely the one I think people would also complain about is the one where Toru drops the lolly line while venting about something during her, I guess before she moved in with Kobayashi, which is whatever. I didn't really get too fazed by it. There was another line where, like, what the hell is her name? Shota and, Lukoa, there we go. Lukoa essentially mentioned how she had to wear clothes because some political party said that they were getting in their case about it, and then Toru says, give it about a week and they'll ignore it. I guess this really pissed people off too, which I don't really get. And apparently in one of the, I think it was in the same episode, I think it was the beach episode, where she was going around dressed up in an outfit that, you know, a lot of people wouldn't like because I'm pretty sure there were kids there. It's like the joke from SpongeBob, except it was a double whammy. You know, dude, put that thing away, you're like children here. And if you know, you know, but still, it's, I think people kind of took that line and just made mountains out of molehills, but there could be something they're missing, and I'm sure that if anyone's even watching, you know, wants to elaborate about being a fucking dick, then be my guest, but I didn't see anything. Fuck, I picked the wrong one, whatever. I'll just have to send it. I didn't get anything out of that line. Unless it's something that I'm missing, but I didn't, like, foam at the mouth or whatever. I know there's been other dubs, like Prison School, where they have that Gamergate line, which is just fucking ridiculous, but I didn't get anything out of that with Dragon Maid. But I guess some people who know their anime shticks definitely noticed and essentially wrote off this show as being terrible because of a fucking bad dub. Congratulations, you're exactly like Hideo Kojima. I don't really know if that's the way that people think that it is, but I'll fucking digress. It's just fucking tiring at this point. Like, I get there do exist unfaithful translations and that they have to change things to please the kids, like a Fire Emblem Engage, but when it comes to anime or whatever, it just gets obnoxious. Like, it really does. Maybe just being ignorant or being like the typical consumer, but it's just like, it's just so retarded. Whatever. It's, like I said, it's just so bullshit. Like, just watch the damn fucking thing. It's not like that you have to go through a fucking satanic ritual to watch the show or whatever. So, if you like the dub, watch the dub. If you prefer the subtitle version, watch the subtitle version. I don't know. That's one more thing I want to mention before I move on to the other topic. Just because you're watching a dub or sub version of a product, even something like Mafia, the game, where the game was originally developed by Shizeki and Company or whatever, I probably butchered the fuck out of that. Apparently people say that the game, if you're playing in its native tongue, is actually much more compelling compared to the dry English voice acting they got for the game. I don't really think that makes much of a fucking difference, personally, because a lot of people know Mafia as that game that tried to copy Grand Theft Auto. Has some of those clunkiest controls that was converted from PC to console of that time. Not to say it wasn't bad in the sense because it did actually add things that made it fairly unique at the time.
Sure.
And also, not going to mention the fact that the PS2 version had the racing mode, the Xbox version had some other shit that was kind of like the PC version, and then you had the PC version. Everything changed when Mafia 2 came out several years later, and that left people pretty pissed off, myself included. But like, even if you're gonna watch like My Hero Academia in English or Japanese, it's not gonna fucking make the problems of the series go away. Unless the English dub like actually censors stuff that 4Kids seemingly got away with. Because I'm pretty sure people would still defend the fuck out of 4Kids because, lol, they have Sailor Moon references or some shit. Like, it's fucking dumb. You know what I'm talking about. The fucking lesbian lovers starting the cousins, or the fact that Sonic X was so fucking campy with its Americanization of things when it did not need to be Americanized. Or even the few good dubs of 4Kids being Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and Ultimate Muscle to a lesser extent, but still bearable, unlike Kirby right back at you fucking One Piece or whatever. Like, look, I'm not really a fan of One Piece. I don't really see any interest in it, but even I knew that 4Kids butchered the fuck out of One Piece. It was disgusting. And even with like the original dub of Dragon Ball that took out the blood and shit, it's just disgusting. Like, you don't have to like Toriyama's work like everyone else does, the normies are out there, but censorship in that regard is just fucked. So, if you like watching an English dub of a show that doesn't really change much lines, unless they want to go to that aspect of essentially translating Lolicon to pedophile, which somehow got people all pissed off, and the antis use that as an own, which is just so fucking specifically stupid that even I'm not going to try to explain that shit. Then you do what helps you fucking see it, but miraculously watching a dub or sub of a show is not going to fucking magically change the quality of the show. Like, I could rewatch Akiba's Trip in Japanese version, and it's still going to be a piece of shit adaptation of a game. Yeah. A piece of shit adaptation of a game that I actually really like, and it's not going to change whether I watch the English version, Spanish version, French version, French version, well, Dutch version, Italian version, Japanese version, Chinese version, whatever. It's like reading a fucking doujin that has netaware. It's not going to change the fact that people fucking hate that genre because nobody likes to see their love life be fucked by bad people. It's just that simple. That was an oddly specific example, but if you know, you know. But alright. Well, I certainly ranted quite a bit. Now, let me talk about the King's Treason shit. Because I kind of got a lot to say about this. I'm actually going to do some web surfing in the meantime, so if the footage goes shitty, I don't really care. I'm not really doing much right now anyway. Apparently old topics have been brought up again from a friend, and it really annoys me that I'm apparently living in the past and that I have to stop the whole gifting thing, the gifting saga, as this overly dramatic scenario because I can't expect people to play a game that I gifted them, even though, number one, I did it out of the goodness of my heart. And number two, if I certainly wasn't going to budge and play the game that you wanted, I could at the very least do a win-win, where if you get sick of playing against people who ruin your game experience, you also have access to games like this, Dead or Alive, Skyrim, Dark Souls 2, whatever the fuck. It's not about the money, though, except why should I be bothered playing Battle Royale slop when, first of all, I don't care for that genre. I am tired of having to explain this, dude. I am tired of having to explain to myself that I don't like the fucking genre. Even Nakara Blade Point, as interesting as it is to watch, I don't care. Hell, I don't even like a lot of free-to-play games, period. I know Machiavelli told me about Gundam... What is it? That Gundam first-person shooter game? I do feel like shit for not neglecting... Not neglecting... No, fuck. I gotta stay focused. I do feel like shit for neglecting his request to play that. But I don't care for free-to-play games. There's a market for that for people. It's not for me. I don't know. I would just rather feel happier buying a game that I like or would like to be able to buy and just play that. Also, not to mention that even free-to-play games like Roblox or even other games are just being infested by predators, and I don't want to be a part of that shit. That shit's already depressing as it is. And especially with situations that happened a while ago, also being resurfaced from excrement people, I really don't want to have to go back to that shit. But that's not the point. The point, if it's not about the money, and you only play games when you stream, why the fuck are you getting on my case about how I'm not the one that's contacting you? Like, what the fuck? It's so disgusting. They have to be throwing shit on my face because I did a thing by gifting someone a game. That's fucking disgusting, dude. Like, genuinely disgusting. I know I did my fair share of gifting with another friend. Pretty awesome dude, by the way. I know there was one game that kind of got neglected, but that's mainly because the Steam account wasn't accessible anymore. Which I'll admit at that time I was pretty disappointed. Because essentially it felt like I wasted my money. But I got refunded, so it's not too bad. But I know there's also another game that I was told to gift for Christmas, and I did, and they didn't accept it. So that felt like a big fucking waste of money right there. But I'm not going to really get into that, because that's really super specific and ultra specific that would just completely derail it. But this shit is just so asinine to me. They have to have having a courteous gesture being in front of my face simply because I'm not taking the initiative. When most people, if they were to do that sort of thing, would definitely cut ties off if they were being treated like shit. It's disgusting. Like, come on, dude. Oh no, it's so fucking gross. And yes, you did give them away. I don't care how you word it. You clearly gave them away. No fucking wordsmithing is going to bypass the speech check. Deal with it. Like, I would hear nothing but how people ruin your teammate experience, and yet you didn't want to play something when people got you down, or reminiscing about playing Skyrim, or even learning shit in Dead or Alive or Mortal Kombat. I guess that's too much because you gotta do the grind. You gotta earn your subscribers and get ad revenue. Which, okay, great. You got ad revenue, you got subscribers, great. But at what cost, dude? Like, come the fuck on. Ruining a friendship? That's fucking whack. Not even just whack, corny, or like goofball shit like you say. That's fucking ridiculous. So I know most of the right I've been talking about this individual since I mentioned it in one of my other rants because I had to reference it during the conversation, but this is just really fucking stupid now. I don't know. The shit just really annoys the piss out of me. I guess consider another bridge burn, but I'm not gonna have this shit in front of my face because I don't bother communicating when I have a reason to not do so. Like, I get people have reasons to ghost, I guess, but I think for once I like to think that I have a reason to this time, and it's fucking stupid. Speaking of drawing a line, I should mention that Viacui actually made a really cool video talking about a Roblox channel that essentially downplayed a situation with Caleb Coy. Now that was really fucked. Love or hate the dude, what Caitlyn did to that dude is just so fucking gross. I've actually seen a lot of Viacui's videos. I don't think I've seen every single one, but I've seen the ones that really fucking blew up, like when he talked about Caitlyn Coy and shit. So I definitely know the tale. Sucks what happened to him, but holy shit, dude. Whatever, it's just so fucked. Anyway, I really hate airing out my dirty laundry like this. Like, ranting about games like Elden Ring is more entertaining than ranting about shitty friendships. Like, I don't know. It just sucks. I don't find ranting about friends that piss me off any fun at all. At least one good thing so far is that I actually found the source of one of the songs that people like Zero Day Coffee use in his old rants back when it was actually okay. It was actually from Mario Party 2, the song that plays when you're about to play a minigame, which is pretty alright. And apparently some unknown rap artist or whatever used the sample from that, and when I used when I used Shazam, it actually identifies a completely different song, and I tried looking up what song it was, and it's just like I got nothing. So I had to go on a random live stream to find it, and they actually pointed out what the song is in the comments. So yippee skippy. I guess I'll go back to Auto Shop really quick since I got to have some Santa, unless it's going to be some bullshit, I'm sure. Then I'll go back to the nightclub and I'll probably do something else. I'm not going to get to Monaco. I'm already too annoyed. I don't want to use my vocal cords yelling at a game I'm not going to like, so I'll definitely make room for that next time. I'll probably do it on the Discord, though. I'm going to also start doing more Discord exclusive streams because I learned something more about using YouTube's buffers and shit. Fuck. It was probably a movie problem, sure. Nothing special. Hey, look at that. It's a car. But yeah, I think if you actually pick the wrong thing, it counts as you not doing it proper, so that's why I was like, shit. Carbon and front bumpers. But yeah, I'll probably move on after this. I guess I'll deliver it. I'll do one last hurrah. Okay, it's a short distance, so I don't mind. I'll probably do the Kyle heist after my errand tomorrow, if I remember to do it. send my spawn point to the bail office. I was gonna do the gang banger robbery, whatever, on PC. What? I got extra money for satisfaction? I'm pretty sure I picked exactly the correct parts. Whatever. Maybe it was bugged. I don't know. At least I got extra dough. Alright, I guess I'll buy the fucking car, I guess. I need to see if I have it first. I don't want to accidentally waste money on it. I'm not gonna bother any of the fucking cars except for this and this. Mainly this for the outfit, and this because it's the only car that has the bullshit. So let me check my my stash of cars. Yeah, it's just a shitty movie prop. I don't fucking care.
You calling for some wheels?
Yeah, I already got the police bike. Yeah, those I need to add the fucking whatever to them. Guess I don't
I'll
have
get back
it.
to work.
Alright, let's just buy it. I'll get the Park Ranger first, since it's technically less expensive. Womp womp, motherfuckers. And Summer Park Ranger. Very nice. Might as well check out the new treads, I guess. Don't tread on me, bro. Yeah, okay. Oh yeah, treads. I must have got. Change clothes. Law enforcement. What the hell? It's essentially another reskin of the fucking prison outfit. It is. I bet you $5 in fun money that it actually is. Yeah, it is. It's just fucking slightly darker pants. And the fucking things were. That's fucking bullshit. I still want to know why you don't get the fucking shades in those, though. Fucking stupid-ass exclusive shades. I hate it. Whatever. At least the hat isn't fucking ridiculously big. Oh well. Oh yeah, I forgot to check something. I think it might just be on the store page or, but they make the fucking female park ranger hella thick. What the fuck? Oh yeah, another reskin outfit. At least it's not too bad, I guess, but... Oh well. I'm gonna definitely get the unmarked cruiser, though. Then I'll probably save up to get the Vigilante, I guess, and I should be set on cars for a while. Then I'll probably start doing the agency mission just for the fuck of it. I don't know. Might as well check out the ride, I guess.
That car's a beaut.
You need something, huh? One of your rides?
Alright, agency.
Let me know.
Park Ranger.
I'll get there as soon as I can.
Hi, darling.
Oh, there she is. Park Ranger. I hate this as it reminds me of Vice City. Wait a minute, you can't accept vigilante missions in this? That's bullshit. Oh, but it's not a real cop car. Well, still, there's fucking sirens on it. Oh no, it's just dumb. Oh wait, I forgot to check something actually. Let's check one other thing.
Helen, is that you?
Get fucked. Alright.
I feel like I'm in a film.
But yeah, isn't this just the other van, I guess? That might be a little faster, I guess. I don't know.
Oh my god!
Alright, let's just head to the nightclub. I'm gonna actually get going actually. I don't have time for that. Oh, that's what the license plate says. 44K 334. Ka. The 44K. I guess it's kind of funny. But yeah, I'll mess out customizations on this next time. I don't really feel like it right now. They can make this look unmarked, but I highly doubt it. I don't think the customization is going to be really that good for this. I can imagine the fucking customizations options to this to be fucking booty. But I'll still take a look at it. But right now it's none of it my interest.
You are straight tripping. Come on. Hey, boss.
Boss, welcome.
Another fucking escort fucker. I might as well do one more, I guess. Gotta make back my money for wasting on fucking cars and shit. Hooray. If I end up having to go to fucking Sandy Shores, I'm gonna be really pissed off. Okay. Not too bad. Alright, I guess I can drive them home. It's not really too far. Yeah, it's not too bad. This one's not too bad. The one we have to drive to by the shore is annoying, but as long as it's not fucking Sandy Shores, I'll be fine.
Watch out, babes. You're gonna cause traffic. No! Piece of shit. Help me!
Alright. Here we go. Open sesame. Alright. Oh yeah, I guess I can check the acid lab extremely quickly. But I guess I'll get off here, I guess. Not really much to see at this point.
This Redskin says something terrible is coming. He thinks his communism important and he's not happy.
Guest services. Can I help you, sir?
Your mother!